Wonderful. You two have finally come.
But of course.
So, have you two found anything out about this city? What was it again? Bridgeport? Luxurious and full of life.
Indeed it is. Reminds me of back home, when the world used to be full of, well, life, to put it that way.
Bjorn and I learned that the place has some sort of force field that suppresses certain types of magic. Seems the mayor here has a thing for non-humans.
And we also found out the law and order in this city is really strict. Unlike any that we saw before we enslaved all the humans back home.
I see. Thanks for the information. This will prove useful as we understand what this side of the universe has in stock for us. Looks easy, but we must tread carefully.
There is something else you should know.
What would that be?
There is a city away from this one named Zephyra City. It's one of the hotspots, more popular than we thought.
Yes, and it's also famous for violence and lack of military. I heard their only source of protection is the police, but not even they are good enough.
They also have contracts with multiple organizations for protection. I heard Aegis as one of them, but there's also Starstruck Scouts. They really seem to have quite the bargain.
Fascinating. They have specific spots in that city that are well known by any chance.
I heard about a casino named Purple Lotus. Seems like quite the hotspot. They are in the middle level of the city, but they're also located in Japan, as an onsen on top of a mountain.
What do you mean by middle level?
Well, the city has 3 layers. The first one is at the top of Zephyra City, the rich side. The middle is where half rich and half poor are located. And the lower part, where its poor are located, is also known for violence and crime.
Ugh, what a tragic place that must be. Sounds like a joke to have layers like that. What kind of mayor do they have to decide which people live in luxury or pain?
It is quite the eyesore. Very tall buildings that look like they come from a bottomless pit, but also rise high above the clouds.
Interesting design choices. I guess I'll have to see the city for myself. In the meantime, Bridgeport seems quite the place, especially since we know that Burst is in the area.
Right. About Burst. What happened to him? I thought one of our progenitors caught the boy.
Seems that something unexpected happened. Someone decided to show up. They managed to snap them back into reality. Shame, really.
So now we have to collect him ourselves.
Likely so. But first, we need to hear the orders from our lord.
Well, what's our objective?
Our primary objective is to scope out this world as much as we can to find out what's going on around here and how people behave. It seems only right to play by the humans in the meantime.
They certainly are quite a delicacy. Oh, what I would kill for a bite right now.
You should know this Burst is quite the rarest delicacy to the vampires. That flower he got made for him is powerful. Very delicious. I could not have a taste, nor anyone from our clan, but others already have.
Thinking about it sure sounds delicious. I wouldn't mind meeting this Burst and taking a bite.
Try to contain yourself, Margaret. We have standards after all.
Of course, Bjorn. You should too.
Enough. Proceed with the primary objective. Let's start with Bridgeport, then Zephyra City. Maybe this Japan as well.
Certainly.
Now then, Margaret, I want you to send a group of vampires and search the north side of Bridgeport, as well as the middle.
On it.
And you, Bjorn, I want you to send a group of vampires and search the same areas.
Of course.
Don't worry, Burst. We'll collect you soon enough. I won't let you down, my lord.
Hello. my brothers and sisters. I'm here to inform you that the group known as Starf has indeed been working on a new project. This project is unknown, but I've heard talk that they would be bringing it to their camp for testing. If I am correct, then it should take place in the Valley of Zeus, though it's unknown when it's going to be shipped there, as these others don't know.
Well, ain't this a surprise? Someone that is actually gathering information that has proven to be useful for us.
Elder Permelia. Hello, Your Highness. Yes, I have been collecting information, as well as Killian and Margaret.
I am glad to hear that, you three. Excellent work. You three seem to prove yourselves very useful around here. I would say the same with the others, but it's been lacking.
Of course, madam. We serve under the elders, as well as the Lord and Lady. We don't want to disappoint.
And you three haven't disappointed anyone. At least you three stick together at all times, and because of that, you three will be rewarded with something special. It's the least we can do for all your great efforts.
Thank you, Permelia.
Now, with that being said, I must make an announcement to everyone here. Jolette, we are happy to have you back, and it's very outstanding for bringing in Burst to us, as well as organizing a meeting with any vampire that may have shown, as well as Elder Balthazar to observe this meeting. I'd also like to say, for what Elder Balthazar told me, is that there's another clan of vampires out there he spoke to. Find out who they are and see if we can create a partnership. Their leader is named Narcissus. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Oh, and also to point out that Jolette has turned someone recently, and would love to congratulate them on turning their first human. Now, if it ain't too much, do bring them over. We would love to welcome them. Now then, fantastic work for Killian's group to discover Starf, and for finding out that they are possibly carrying very powerful equipment for us. Now, for the rest of you, I must say I, and everyone here, expected a bit more out of the rest of the progenitors that were sent to the middle side of Sephir City, as well as the Lying Fork. Not much progress is being made. Bianca, I am disappointed in you. You're a high-rank progenitor and you're lacking any sort of work towards our empire. What are you doing? You're a high class and you're supposed to arrange things for others. Look at Jolette. She came back from the dead and was promoted to a high class and so far is putting a bit more effort than you. I expect that to change, Missy. Do you understand? And as for you, Revel and Lorelei, you two haven't done any work at all. Don't give me the excuse you're researching, Revel. You've got plenty of time to do so as your job. Want to research? Then research those creatures called humans or whatever roams in that disgusting world. Anyways, that's all I wanted to announce. And as for this Starf, I want you all to find out more about them before I figure out who's going to lose their fangs for lacking any sort of effort whatsoever. Good day to you all.
Good day to you. I'm here now to say that the staff units are heavily armed. I just now scouted the base and found out that there are two. It seems to me that if we go to the wrong one, then all hell will break loose. I'd advise researching them from afar, close, to be sure we know what we are dealing with. Until then, my group will observe them. Bjorn, Margaret, you're going to help me capture some.
But of course.
Ah yes, I almost forgot. Welcome back, Jolette. I'll show you some things I learned from being a high class myself, if needed. Also, Bianca, I hope you know what you're doing as well as us. Just ask if you need help too. We're all high class here after all. We must act like it.
Well, ain't that nice offering help to Bianca? As we all say, we are family and look after each other. And when we lack any sort of work, what are we really?
That is exactly right, Elder Viscotti. We want what's best for each other after all.
Right you are, Killian. Now then, I want to say something that concerns me a little bit. You, Bjorn, and Margaret knew you were being watched when you were in the alleyways of Bridgepoint, correct?
I'm sorry, what?
While your other Garvins were present nearby, they said they saw someone watching you. Someone in red and with brown hair. Are you saying that Jolet and Desmond didn't say anything to you all?
We didn't hear anything from them, nor the Garvins.
And why are we only hearing about it now?
Well, Margaret, they just happened to mention it to Warren, a close friend of your group, and the Garvins thought he would have known, considering you all share things with each other constantly.
Well, I don't know what to say. This is odd.
Indeed it is. Jolet and Desmond, I question your decision for not saying anything. But it's funny, because even if you didn't say it, someone else did. Do not do that again. We are here to take care of each other after all. And the last thing we need is someone eavesdropping on us like that.
Who was the individual, Elder?
A vampire with a red Lolita, brown, long hair, pale skin, red eyes with their eyeball looking orange.
Wait, I heard of that one clan that was spoken of. It's said that they have black tattoos around their bodies. Do they have any?
Didn't see any, but it's a possibility it may have been one of them.
Does this mean they aren't to be trusted?
I doubt it, but I have a feeling that they possibly have someone doing something that they shouldn't.
That's interesting indeed. Well, what should we all do, Elder?
You three continue doing what you're doing, and as for the rest, find out who this vampire is. They are not one of us, but someone else. Again, they are wearing a red Lolita, and have brown long hair, pale skin, red eyes with their eyeball looking orange. How about this actually? Jolet and Desmond, go ahead and find them. Also you too, Aurora. I want to see what you three can scope out. But also again, talk to Narcissus as well. I must find out more about them. If none of you do so, then Bianca's group can go ahead and do so. I still trust you, Bianca. Good luck to you all.
I thank you, my elder.
So, what's our next move, Killian?
Like I said before, Margaret, we are going to observe Star, and we are going to capture some of their members.
I'm already forgetting, Margaret. Ain't that something?
Quiet, Bjorn. Anyways, shall we go?
Of course. Let's switch hive minds.
Got it.
Hello, everyone. I am here to talk about something that may quite possibly be a concern. I was told by one of the researchers working on the Burst Blood project that the blood may not be as mutatable as we expected. It may begin to mutate for the offspring, but that will take at least a year for it to even yield any results.
I would think so as well, Kern. Now, I ain't much of a researcher like you, but I assumed as much, that it may be just stuck in the same possible spot as we drained him during that time.
A pity, but I must also say that there is something else we are still curious about. Specifically, how it would affect Burst if he had been turned during that period. Our theory is that he would mutate and turn a lot stronger than what we originally believed.
How much stronger do you think?
Considering the multiple months of mutation, I would assume he wouldn't even be considered a half-blood.
Then what?
Most likely a pure. But possibly something requiring a new designation. However, it is still a theory until the offspring are complete.
Think his offspring will be useful to create other types like him? One for our own and the other for blood?
If you mean having a vampire and a human, then yes. I may ask Revel to assist on the project, since he is very much into the research.
I got a question. What would happen if Burst was to be turned? We needed him for his blood, but if he was turned by one of our own kind, then what would that mean?
Well, he's not our problem, but if he were to turn, he would prove useful to us. And I believe the clan would appreciate it.
Should we attempt to on anyone else? As it is, someone was turned by Joliet, so maybe find a way.
Well, even if he was turned, I doubt he would want to sign up, considering what we did to him. But to be fair, their own disgusting world killed Jolette before we even did anything irrational. If it weren't for that, the owl person wouldn't have lost her eye, nor would they have experienced what they did.
Yeah. These bastards killed her, and we didn't even need the others, really, but chose to come from what we heard. Purple Lotus shouldn't have done what they did to her on the onsen. We were on neutral grounds until they stepped in. This is why we hate humans. Always hating on us just because we are vampires.
Exactly. We just wanted the boy and nothing else. As it is, he stole that flower from us to begin with, so in a way, he started it. We lost our research center in Ramilzara because of Burst being rescued, and the 2 females accompanying him. Why do I have the feeling that it was that Purple Lotus group?
I feel the same, considering she died in the onsen of Purple Lotus in Japan.
If they were to try anything else, we will not hesitate to take them out. They shouldn't be messing with us to begin with, those damn snakes. I do not like the humans and their weird creatures that roam around their universe. It's unsanitary, from all the filth they leave behind.
Except our own kind, Kern.
Right you are. Speaking of which, the other vampire that was with Burst and Snowbell, we discovered something interesting. There were traces of shadow magic within her when we experimented. I think it's possible to duplicate the same properties she had, and then we would be able to use it for ourselves. We also found out something from the owl. She has some sort of ability to transform into constructs. That would also be useful for us if we manage to recreate the ability to feel like the feral Herculeans.
Can you believe that a Herculean killed that one individual that was with Burst's group? That was rather fun, knowing that it threw him against a wall. He was a strange fellow with a big nose, and had blue blood coming out of him, from what we saw from that Herculean using clairvoyance.
The bastard should have left those flowers where they were, and we wouldn't have gone after him.
Would we really?
Really, that's all on the elders, Warren.
But of course. Well, anyways, I'm going to go and assist in getting intel for the progenitors in an upcoming mission. Talk to you later.
Goodbye, Warren.
Hello, everyone. Elder Permilia here. I just wanted to say it was so wonderful that we finally have Burst with us here. All thanks to you, Bianca, for bringing him along. Tell me, what did it take for him to finally come to us?
It was no trouble at all, Elder Camilla. He was planning to come here with Aurora, but it appears she'd gotten a bit sidetracked. I brought out his curiosity by mentioning the other regions from our world he has yet to explore.
Really now? Well, it's amazing that we finally have him here. Thank you, Bianca. You certainly did good. Aurora, on the other hand, though, I am ashamed she turned him but didn't teach him a single thing. Meanwhile, Elder Mia and Elder Zona have both been helping him with that ever since. You know, you are a long-range user, and we found out that Burst is also a long-range user. Maybe you two can learn something from one another. Maybe teach him as well on how to use his new powers, since he really needs assistance on that.
If that's what is required of me, I will do it, my elder.
Oh, think of it as a sort of way to further acquainting yourself with him as well as teaching him. You're not the only one required to do so. But please, Bianca, at least try to socialize with others more. We are family, after all.
Glad to hear that, Bianca. Now then, after some time, the Lord and Lady actually wanted to see him. He is lucky he is getting the chance to actually speak with them, as most of us, as we know it, cannot do so. Some elders haven't even met them in person, but have heard them before. They are royal, as well as their children after all. But in the meantime, we are waiting for him to be ready. It's said that since he is special, he may get his very own rank that we never fully established, as it wasn't necessary before.
Oh, really? I had no idea Burst was that special to earn his own rank. What rank would that be, Viscardi?
He will be considered as a special class progenitor.
Special class progenitor? He hasn't gone through everything to earn the title of a progenitor, though.
I know. That is why he will not be allowed to command any garvents for the meantime, until he has learned how to become a leader. For the meanwhile, I would think any high-class progenitor should teach Burst how to be a leader before that is fully established. Of course, in the meanwhile, he will be very limited, but will have the title anyways. Bianca and Jolet, I think maybe one of you should attempt to teach him. But of course you, Jolet, are being trained yourself at the moment. But when Black Widow is done with you, feel free to. But what about you, Bianca? Care to teach him?
I will take control teaching him until Gillette is able to assist.
That's very good to hear, Bianca. In the meantime, we will be waiting for him.
Oh, actually, Viscardi, I'm getting a signal from the Lord. I will be back in a bit.
Of course. So tell me, Bianca, you sensed Michael's men nearby. Did you see any or hear anything?
I didn't see or hear anything. My main focus was on Burst during my visit. I just happened to pick up on Michael's men being nearby when we were heading out.
At least you care for the boy, as we all do. Well, thanks for the information, Bianca.
I am back and I have a surprise for everyone here. Burst got connected to the hive mind really early, unlike Sia and the others. Again, this so-called special class is certainly something. Go ahead, Burst. Connect yourself to the hive mind. I know you can hear us.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Of course, darling. We can hear you loud and clear. Welcome to the hive mind, Burst.
Huh. So this is what the hive mind is like. Interestingly, I've only experienced the one from Aurora, which was the local one.
Well, now you get to truly experience it, Burst. Welcome to the family.
Thanks. And, thanks, Bianca, for taking me to them.
You're welcome. It was no trouble at all.
Well, now what?
We are going to help you find a better path than the one you had with Purple Lotus, and we'll help you with those eye bags you've developed over time.
Well, that'd be nice, but the question is, would any of you leave me like what they did?
What kind of silly question is that, Burst? We are a family and die together as a family. We do not leave each other. Ever.
Believe me, we are better than them.
Thank you, my elders.
Oh, and I see you have manners. That's good at least.
Aurora was teaching me that at least.
Well, now we are going to teach you more. Bianca and Joliet will help with that as well as anyone else.
Is C and Juliet alright? I hope you guys can help me at least.
They are, Burst, and not to worry. We will help you feel better as well.
Definitely. Bianca here is going to help you as well. You are going to get along, unlike before when you had quite the attitude, Burst.
I apologize.
Don't be. You are forgiven. In the meanwhile, you and Bianca can start learning from each other.
Learning from each other?
Yes, you two are long-range experts, and I've heard you're way too good at that. How about it, Bianca? Would that sound great?
Fine by me. I'll try working around our schedules.
Fine by us, as long as you do it. Burst has yet to learn.
Thanks, Bianca. Say, didn't you want to show me the region, Bianca?
I wouldn't be opposed to showing you around the regions if our elders are okay with it.
Oh, we don't mind. At least it would be nice for him to have a tour around Familia for once rather than just roam outside the cities and towns. But go ahead and show him around.
I will see to it then. Thank you, elders.
You are welcome, dear.
Well, I guess we best get to it then, Bianca. Guess I get to learn about your homeland region that you were named after.
Yes, among other things. There's a lot to learn about our regions. Burst and I shall take our leave to begin the tour.
Have fun, you two. And Burst, we can ensure that you will be fine. A promise we won't abandon you, just as long as you don't to us.
I promise.
Good. Now then, I won't keep you two for long. Ta-ta.
How sweet of those two. Wouldn't you say, Parmelia?
It certainly is. I do feel that it will be a nice change for Bianca to finally make some friends for once.
I hope it works out then.
Oh, me too. Oh, this reminds me. Attention, everyone! After December, we will have that mission that we have been planning for a while. Of course, we will prepare something for Burst, as he is indeed a special boy that got to talk to the Lord and Lady immediately. Ah, this should be very special indeed.
For the record, I thought you were against the idea of him being a progenitor quickly.
I have my own opinions, but I wish not to discuss them. It is the Lord and the Lady's will, after all. You won't hear me complain.
I see. Well, anyways, let's go prepare that then.
Of course, let's. And any of you other elders want to help me out, then feel free. I know you are a great entertainer after all, Elder Zona. So, feel free. And everyone here is invited to come to the ceremony. I'll see you all soon.